Today I'm going to share a couple of Father's Day cards I did for the Basil Basics paper blog. If you can see, I'll just flip this over. The bases are very similar. I just changed up the design a bit. And it's this cutout word. I've seen this quite a bit on different blogs and elsewhere, so I thought I'd design my own. I use the Basil Basics cardstock. They have specialty cardstock. Here's a 6x6 pad of craft foil. It comes in all kinds of patterns. Really pretty and perfect for a Father's Day card. So I used some of this. I also used the 12x12 version of the Basil Basics cardstock, and again it comes, the craft foil comes in different patterns. And then the dad letters are cut separately also and adhered on top using Basil Basics foil board, and the foil board comes in many different colors. I used gold, and there's silver, there's turquoise, and there's pink, and so on. So let's get started. I'll just zoom in and show you how I made the design. And we go into patterns. I'm going to choose just 2 rectangles, and I'm going to size them. I want them to be 5 inches wide. That's the width of the card. Okay. I'm going to choose 2 of them, and one of them will be shorter because I'm folding my card. I'm going to line it up right against this left border, and you'll see why, because I'll be placing my letters there. So the bottom rectangle, I'm going to highlight that. I am going to make it a lot shorter, just 1 inch high. So I will choose this button and then make the height shorter. You could see it shrink, and we'll go right down to 1 inch, or 1 1/4 inches is fine. Maybe I should make it, I'll make it 1 inch and a bit more than 1 inch. Okay, 1 1/4 inches. And now I am going to choose the top box and make it a lot longer for the card, because I do want this whole piece to fold up. So I'm just going to put this one down here and highlight this and make this wider. Again, I choose this button, so I limit the height, the measurement to just height. So I'll make this a lot taller. And I'll go with, let's see, to fold this over, I will go with about 8 inches. And again, these are dimensions you can fool around with, because, I mean, it depends on the card, the appearance you want. I wanted my letters to be at the bottom of the card, so I wanted this part, so you can see when I unfold it. Let me zoom out. You can see this is kind of what I'm creating here on my machine there, like this. So I'm making this long part and this shorter part, and then I will add the letters. So I'll move this up, and let's go OK. Okay, and let's add some letters. And I'm going to add, I use this font, I'm going to add them separately. So a D, okay, and you know, we want, and another A, and an A. And okay, and set. All right, now I do want them to fit in here. And so again, with the measurements, you can play around with them. I am going to make them about 1.5 inches wide. So I will click, and 1.25 inches, sorry, 1.5 inches tall and 1.25 inches wide. So let's see how that goes. I will make them, I'm going to increase the size a bit here, just like that. And it's 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches. So first, let's do that. Okay. And then I want 2 of those. Well, I'm going to wait until my A is sized. So let's make my A 1.5 inches big. And then I will adjust it. Okay, so I want 2 D's. So I'm going to highlight the D and click 2 and click OK, and then I have 2. There we go. So what do I do now is I am going to just drag the letters down so they're touching the bottom, like so. And I will zoom in to see if they're touching the bottom. The D's are, the A isn't, so I will use these moving keys and move my A and zoom in and check it again. The D's are barely touching, so let's just move them all a little bit down so that they are touching, because I'm going to be welding this. So are they all touching? I think so. Let's zoom in. This D can go down a little bit. There we go. All right, and now I click OK. I'm going to drag the top of the card down to touch the top of the letters. I'm going to fine tune it with these moving buttons and make sure they're all touching. Let's zoom in and check. Maybe a little bit more. Okay. And I can see this D has to move down. Let's zoom in. And again, you're just playing with it. You want them just to be touching barely the top and the bottom. And if they aren't touching, when you go to weld them, so I'm going to go into the bounding boxes, choose all of them, and then I will want to weld this card together. I choose OK, and this is the welding button. Okay, so it worked nicely, and you can see this is the DAD, the dad is welded, and if you're a little bit off with the letters, it might not weld, so you'd have to go back and again fine tune it. I will click OK and OK, and there I have my card. So now I can actually resize this, and if I want, and make it a little bit bigger or smaller. I actually resized mine to about 4 inches, 4.5 inches big. And then I just cut them out. But the one thing I want to tell you that you do need to do, because the width is 5 inches, let's go back to that. Oh boy, there we go. Is you want to cut out your dad letters out of a different cardstock. Like I said, I use the foil, and I layered it on top of the background. So you do want to add, make sure you know the measurements of your letters. So for example, when I'm making this, I would actually choose 2 of each letter when I'm done. But I'm just going to show you right now. You can go in and add your letters D, A, D, OK, and set. Actually, we're going to add them separately. So I'm going to go back, get rid of this, sorry, and we will add D, Okay, and set, and then add the A. Remember, we only added one D because I can duplicate it. Okay, so again, we want this to be the same size. So I'm going to take my D and I'm going to resize it and make it, do you remember, 1.5 by 1.5, I believe. There we go. And I need 2 of those, okay. And my A again will be 1.5 by 1.5, approximately. It's this dimension. Okay, and now just to make sure, I can drag it on top of my card to check and see that it fits. And I can see it does fit. So that's another little trick you can do to check if you resize your card, if you've forgotten to make these letters. So now I will cut the card base out of one piece of cardstock. So for this card, I used I'll just zoom out. I used just a black solid cardstock, put some pieces of the foil on top, and then I cut out my letters using the foil, solid gold foil board, like so. And then I just stuck the letters onto here, and that's all there's to it. So that's how you make the Father's Day cards. Thanks for watching.